Reminding Philly what they lost, putting up 23 points. Miami was able to shake off their shooting struggles from games 3 and 4, propelling themselves one win away from reaching the Eastern Conference Finals, now up 3-2. The Heat had 6 players in double figures. Miami's three-point defense, also a big turnaround. The 76ers were 9 of 28 last night. Here's Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers on a night to forget.
This is a lose-lose situation for me. If I don't play, probably get called soft. And, if I play and I play bad, probably come up with a bunch of stuff that I guess is just not good enough. It's all about, just really, try to, like I said, dig very deep and try to do, whatever I can.
Yeah, I want to watch the tape or burn the tape. I'm not sure which one. I'll probably watch it because I have to, and then I'll burn it. But we'll be ready next game. We have to be.
All right. Well, it was a lose-lose for Joel Embiid, but it is a win-win for Molly Karam right now because we have 4-time champ John Salley in the building, and you have a new movie.
I have a new movie, Sneakerella.
Disney Plus.
That's
Staying
right.
in the family, Sneakerella. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but it's so great to have you here.
Brother. I can't wait. I called Steven. I was like, I'm coming on your show next week. He was like, really? I said, yeah, I'll be on next week. I can't wait. I even watched basketball last night just to talk to you because I knew you were going to be totally wrong about everything you said. There's nothing has changed. You're totally wrong. Everybody in the barbershop can't wait till I get on.
Listen, everybody knows John Salley and I go back decades, okay?
Yes.
The brother has been telling me I'm wrong since I started in the business.
And I've been right.
And that's exactly. Even when I'm right, he'll go like this, you right, but I'm going to say you're wrong, just so you know. So I understand. He
Even
gets
when
the
you're
debate
wrong,
thing.
you're right.
He gets
Okay.
the debate thing.
All right, let's do it then. What was the biggest reason for the Sixers blowout loss, you think?
They didn't score enough points. That was it. I just think Jimmy Butler he's wearing number 22 in the Miami uniform. Thank you for representing Jimmy Butler. I just think Miami just realizes they can beat these guys and they should beat them. And I think that, believe it or not, you always know, I know controversy. When that team blow up happened, when Jimmy Butler and those guys were going in and coach, I think that just cleared out anything they needed. And now all they have to do is play basketball. And I think they're going to beat, and I love Doc, and I love, my man Sam Cassell. One day is going to take over, but I just don't think they have it.
Well, let me say this to you. First of all, you're wrong about a couple of things.
100%
Let's get that out the way first. Let's start off by saying
I'm the judge of who's wrong and right, so let's settle down. The two of you. The two of yous.
The two of you.
The only unbiased one here.
Here's the deal, John Salley.
Yeah.
The Miami Heat didn't just realize they could beat the Sixers. They walked into the series knowing they could beat the Sixers.
Right.
Okay, that's number one. You just said they realized they beat them. No, they knew they walked into the series knowing they could beat them. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to tell you what you should appeal from this.
Yeah.
What we should appeal from this is that Sixers franchise that was throwing seasons years ago with the process and all that other nonsense, cheating the fans and getting the NBA involved. I had people like me calling for protests.
You used to work in Philly, though.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, one of the gangsters.
70 years. That's right. Here's the deal, bro. What the hell y'all lose Jimmy Butler for? Because when Kawhi Leonard had it bounced 4 times before it went down, and they lost the game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Mm-hmm. You keep that team together, Jimmy Butler, with his boy. I mean, they are tight.
Butler didn't want to be there.
Listen, eventually he didn't want to be there because the Sixers weren't talking max. They were debating whether it was him or Tobias Harris because they didn't want to give them both max dollars, et cetera, et cetera. The point that I'm trying to make to you is that Joel Embiid, that's his brother. You see Jimmy Butler the other day when Joel Embiid got hurt. The first thing that Jimmy Butler was talking about, you all right? That's my man. Let's make sure he all right. We coming for him now, but we want to make sure he all right because that's my brother, okay? That's what he was saying to Joel Embiid because they got that kind of love, and Joel Embiid never wanted to lose Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, that's what jumped out of my mind watching this annihilation last night. Boy, you should have had Jimmy Butler because we got too much softness on the Philadelphia 76ers from time to time. Some of them have been contaminated by Mr. Ben Simmons, don't want to play. You understand what I'm saying? Don't want to play. Don't get me started with him, okay?
Is it Ben's fault? Is Ben right, though?
No.
Is Ben showing that he's right?
No. No. What kind of question is that?
In terms of what? What do you
Well,
mean?
I don't know. Like, they're falling apart as a squad.
It's
3 guys
one
don't
game.
show up. How do you not show up in the
I
playoffs?
agree with that. They didn't show up last night. It was a horrible performance.
How?
I mean, just inexcusable.
You got one team to worry about.
Inexcusable. But listen. That wasn't their problem before him. I mean, he the one that didn't show up.
Oh my God.
He the one that didn't show. Don't get me started with that. Now you can't use this as an excuse to defend Ben Simmons. You can't do that.
I knew it was going to get you riled up. Is why I'm doing it, because I love seeing your blood pressure go up. I don't even know Ben Simmons, but I love seeing you get angry. It's one of my favorite things in the world.
My blood pressure is pretty cool. I'm good. My blood pressure's all right, man.
But I'm gonna say, when I look at it, it is the playoffs, and I'm gonna tell you. There's no time for you ever to get blown out in the play. Somebody should got to fight. At least that would have been an excuse, right? Yeah. At least on your team in the locker room, you don't get blown out. Molly, you got one team to think about. You don't have another team next week and next week. You know exactly what these guys are going to do. Every game should be as close and
35
should be
points.
very
Ridiculous.
Oh no!
Let me ask you this though: do you think the Heat could get past the Bucks or the Celtics?
No, I think the Celtics are going to win the finals. I really think the Celtics.
So you agree with Kendrick Perkins?
That's one of the first times in my life, but I do agree that the Celtics are going to get past Milwaukee.
Yeah.
They don't have that edge that they had a couple of years ago, and I think the Celtics are for real.
I think the Celtics are for real as well, and I think they're going to the finals. Yeah. That is my belief. I don't know whether I'm picking them to beat the Warriors, but I think they're going to the finals.
You think it's the Warriors, or
I think it's the Warriors, and I think if the Warriors play small, if the referees let them play, it's going to be a great series. But I think the Celtics are going to win the championship this year. Usually I haven't been wrong, but you know.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet on them. I've been riding with the Warriors. I ain't jumping off that bandwagon. But getting back to the Philadelphia 76ers in this Miami series, it was an incredible disappointment. I think that if you're Joel Embiid, here's the other thing, John. Where the hell has all this victimization come from? People, weeks ago, people don't like him, and he doesn't know what else he needs to do. First of all, I voted for him. Several people voted for him for league MVP. Secondly, he's got one of the great personalities, one of the most affable figures you've seen. As a big man, he's one of the greatest talents from the big man position we've ever seen in the history of the game. We know he's the franchise player. We know how big time he is. We know that he usually responds. Last night was one of the most anemic performances we've ever seen from him, because usually the anemic play is going on around him while he's doing his thing, but other people ain't showing up. Last night, collectively, it was like he didn't show up and everybody followed his lead and decided not to show up too.
He's probably frustrated with all the drama with the season. He's been the only guy carrying the team, dealing with the injuries, and then he doesn't win the MVP.
I will say this to you, Molly.
And who knows what he's hearing locally.
Hold on, Molly. Game 5. That would be an excuse if you down 3-0.
Yes.
Game 5, when you tied 2-2 and you just won the previous 2 games, that ain't no time to be down. Right. No, and that's not an excuse.
Why do they worry about what people think of them? Right? What people think about you is none of your business. Right. And in Philadelphia, you should have the toughest skin in the world. Like, they will beat you up if you try to get a Philly steak.
That's right.
So knowing that, what all you have to do is put the round thing in the round thing, you're good. Mm-hmm. And he's great at doing it. When I see him get hit in the head yesterday and all these different things, I don't know. I had Bill Embiid wearing the same mask. When you hit him on the face, he wiped his face and went back out and did it. I just think he's overthinking.
Hey, listen.
I think he's a great player, but
you brought up Bill Lambier. Robert Parrish punched him in the face.
Yeah.
Dropped Bill Lambier. Bill Lambier got up and said, "Did he get thrown out the game?
Yeah. Did I do my job?
Bill Lambier did.
Did I do my job? Yes.
By the way, you brought up the point about the cheesesteak. You're absolutely right. John's Cheesesteaks from the corner of Spring Garden near 50th Street in Philadelphia. That's where I go for my cheesesteak.
Yeah.
You will beat people up for that.
But I've been trying to tell you to go vegan for how many years now?
You have. But I just started this weekend.
I have comments for that and the commercial break.
It's been 4 days.
4 days. Look how good you are.
I like your quote. What people think about you is none of your business.
None of your business.
We've been trying to tell them that all the time. They lie. They're going to lie you every day. They're going to talk smack about you. You and I, please. This is the problem. The problem that America has is Not enough people know how to tell people to kiss your ass. That's the problem. I mean, it's very cathartic. People should really, really learn how to do that. It's very refreshing and liberating. Trust me.
You must do it on the streets of New York all day.
Please, come on now.
Oh,
Come on now.
my God.
I need to give you the look while I say, you know me for decades. You know what you're getting. You gotta know how to do it.
And then I
Very
saw you
good.
boxing, so I know you ready to
you
hit
didn't.
somebody with a left cross.
You saw that week.
He's still sensitive about that because he was.
I saw it
now.
That
I
video
saw it
got
now.
out.
Yeah.
It's a little
Right.
different now. I ain't got the jacked up shoulders now. I'm good.
Okay, we got
Good.
it.
I'm good.
I mean, you still have a jacked up shoulder, but still to come on
Right.
First
That-
Take. Trouble in LA. Jeannie Buss growing impatient, but can the right head coach turn the Lakers into a contender next season?